there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play Passage to Bangkok by Rush. This is a rock and Rush song. It's probably my favorite one. Here are the parts. Later it does the solo, and the behind the solo is doing this. Then also, it throws two little licks in there that I want to highlight on the chorus and the end. One of them, he throws this in there. The other one, he throws in there. Okay? So if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of these. And so let's get right into this, man. This song is rocking. I love every part of it. It's like, I love the guitar. I love the rockiness of it. I love everything about it. Okay, so starts off low E. Pick down twice. Put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A. Do it. And he does a lot of vibrato here. Like that kind of a vibrato. Really quick vibrato. So down, 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 down. Then he really goes. He hits the low E again real quick. You can barely hear it. And then you get your pointer finger, put it on the 5th fret of the A and pick that down. So he does. I never heard this before. I used to think this was. He goes. Okay. So then you put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A again. Pick down on that and pull off to the 5th fret of the A again. Then pick down with your ring finger on the 7th fret of the E. So this song is so awesome. Alright, and then it does the same pattern, but it goes down the low E twice again. And then put your ring finger or middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A. And then do that same, but use your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A. And then put your ring finger or middle finger back on the 3rd fret of the A. Pull off to the 2nd fret of the A, and then you end up on the 3rd fret of the low E. He really does that. He's on the low E, he does a lot of vibrato. Alright, and then it goes to the next part, which is. All that is put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the B. Put your pointer finger on the 7th fret of the B and go. Pick it down twice. So you're gonna do the same little hammer, pick, pull off thing here. All you're doing there is your, 8th fret of the B to the 7th fret of the B, pull down, pick down both of those. Pick down again, go back to the 8th fret of the B, pick down, and then pull off to the 7th fret of the B, and you end up on the 8th fret of the G with your middle finger. He does a lot of, you put your pick down, you're kind of getting that. And particularly the next part, because then you take your middle finger, put it on the 8th fret, the 9th fret of the G. Do that same pattern with the 9th fret and the 8th fret of the G and the 9th fret of the D. So, down, 9th fret of the D, 8th fret of the D, 9th fret of the D, 8th fret of the D, 9th fret of the D. 8th fret of the G. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So it's the 9th fret of the G, 9th fret of the 8th fret of the G, 9th fret of the G, 8th fret of the G, 9th fret of the D. And that's where, on that 8th fret of the D, that's where he really does the. Alright? Okay, so that is right, I think. That's 9. Yep. Okay, so that's that part. And then into the chorus. This chorus is such a cool chorus. The whole thing just kind of changes and it sounds all majestic. So anyway, that's a D. Okay, I'll tell you what the fingers are. Okay, so the D, you put your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the B. I'm sorry, the 2nd fret of the G. Put your middle finger, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E. And then you go to this chord, which is your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the high E, and your ring finger on the 5th fret of the G, and your pinky on the 5th fret of the B. And you might have to work on that a little bit. So it doesn't flow until you figure out the fingering. Then you take that same D thing and you put it up here. So you put your pointer finger on the 7th fret of the G, your ring finger on the 8th fret of the B, and your middle finger on the 7th fret of the E. And then you go back down with your pointer fingers on the 5th fret of the E, and your ring finger is on the 7th fret. So your pointer finger is on the 5th fret of the E, your ring finger is on the 7th fret of the G, and your pinky is on the 7th fret of the B. Then you go back to that first one, the D, which is your pointer finger on the 1st fret, or the 2nd fret of the G. Your ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the B, and your middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the E. And it goes. All you do there is put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the E, and then take it back off. Then he does bar chords. Put your pointer finger over all the strings of the 3rd fret. Put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A, and your pinky on the 5th fret of the D. Take that down 1 fret. So yeah, you go basically down, take that same bar chord down 1 so you're on the 2nd fret, and then you go back and forth between the 3rd and 2nd fret. Then you take that whole thing and put it on the 5th fret of all the strings, your pointer finger, put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A, your pinky on the 7th fret of the D, and your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G. And then he goes to take your pointer finger off the low E. Something like that. You got your pointer finger over the 5th fret of all the strings except for the low E. You got your ring finger on the pointer finger on the 5th fret of all the strings. Your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the G. You go go back to the D, and then the second chord as well. And so you go from the D, which is that first chord I showed you, to the second chord I showed you. Then you go, and then you can. So you do the first three chords, you do the exact same on that chorus. When you get to the third one, where your pointer finger's on the 7th fret of the G, and your ring finger, your middle finger, your ring finger's on the 8th fret of the B, and your middle finger's on the 7th fret of the high E. You put your pinky on the 8th fret of the high E, and so you can, and then take it back off. And then you go back down to this one. Your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the high E, your ring finger on the 7th fret of the G, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the B. You go back to the same chords afterwards. Go back to the other part. Okay, then he goes to the solo. The solo is easy except for the timing is strange. Okay, it goes like this. The chords are, you just basically put your pointer finger over all the strings of the 2nd fret except for the low E. Put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D, and your pinky on the 4th fret of the G. Like this. That's the pattern. 1, 2. What I do is I go down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Then you go down, you put your pointer finger over all the strings of the 2nd fret, and you put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A, and your ring finger or your pinky on the 4th fret of the D. Slide it up to the 3rd fret, into the 5th fret. Then you do that same thing where you take your pointer finger, take it off the low E, and you go up to the D instead, and you put your ring finger back on the 5th fret of the D, 7th fret of the D, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the G. The tricky part is going back into it. See how it does that? You do the same, but you start at a weird place, and it feels weird. So you got just listen to you got to listen to it to listen to the song and see how he does it. But this is how he does it. It's just you got to get the timing right. You're doing basically you're throwing a. Going to, and you start off with the. I can't really even explain why it's weird, but once you listen to it, you'll see what I So listen to that, but those are the chords. And then the only other thing is at the end, he goes. And all that little part is, he throws that there, is you put your pinky finger, you basically do the D on the 9th fret. Well, actually, you put your middle finger on the 9th fret of the high E, and your pointer finger on the 9th fret of the G, and then your middle finger on the 10th fret of the B. Then you take your pinky on the 10th fret of the E to do that. And then the next time he does it, he goes. all that is an open A. Put your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the A. Then do a chromatic, then just go 4 steps, 4 frets. Using your pointer finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. That's just cool. That's just an awesome song. So that is the song, and it's just an awesome song. You can do a solo if you want to improvise. But so that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. And this, this song is so underrated. I think to me it's like it's probably Rush's coolest songs. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day jamming out with Rush.